gentlemen, welcome back to part 2. So, mommy.
What's good?
How's that life? Just being a mommy. Talk about it.
Oh, my son is amazing. My son is. I was told a few years ago like he wouldn't even like look me straight in the face, and you know he's the most affectionate, lovable little guy. Like he's so smart. He organizes things by color. He's he bounced back from heart surgery like as if he never had heart surgery.
We were talking about that.
I mean, there was other kids who had the same heart surgery at Miami Children's Hospital the same day as he did. They were in there for like a month or two. He left in 4 days. You know, and I mean, like straight after his surgery, he didn't even need like a breathing tube. Like this man is like stronger than anybody I've ever met. You know, and even when he, the whole process of the surgery, he was so relaxed. Like he was calmer than me. I think I was more erect than he was. You know, like he held it together better.
He's like, "Mommy, I'm gonna be okay."
Yeah, I'm like, I'm straight. Like I'm chilling. Let me just heal. Like like stop bugging out. Like I'm cool. You know, and sure enough, he bounced back really quickly And then on top of that, he's starting to speak. He's starting to use his words. He's starting to do things that, people thought were going to be impossible with him. And, we take steps every day with him, and he's been what I've been focusing on. That's more important than any future career, any possibility of, what could be in music. If anything, he is my future music,
He's your muse.
Exactly.
I love that.
I give him credit for every great opportunity I've ever gotten. When he was first like even conceived, I got an opportunity to open up for like M80 and C. Ray Walls and all these people. I was almost 9 months pregnant. I was like 8.5 months pregnant when I got this opportunity. So it was like ever since he was even decided as an idea, I've had great things happen for me. He was like 6 months old when I met Cannabis, and when I got to meet K Solo, he was about a year old. And every time I've gotten a great opportunity to open up for someone amazing who influenced me in the past and like put me on like the right path, it was all because of him. I don't think I would have had any good opportunity if he wasn't the muse of my life.
So essentially, he's your blessing.
Yes.
Everything that has happened for you, to you, is because you have him.
Yes.
And you feel like if you didn't have him, those things probably wouldn't have come as soon or at all.
Exactly. That's you couldn't say it any better. That's exactly how I feel when it comes down to my son.
Wow.
So yeah, mommy is like the best gift you can like possibly get in life. To be able to give life and watch it grow, and hopefully be able to steer it in the right direction, and that life be able to do more than what you were able to do. That's all you can ask for.
That's beautiful.
So one day you'll be experiencing the same thing.
I'm in no rush.
No rush, please. No rush. Take your time. Take your time.
When that time comes, and I know I'll be prepared for it. I mean, you don't really prepare for it.
You're never prepared.
When it happens, you go along with it, and
exactly.
Those instincts kick in. There's a lot of things that, me personally, I never thought I would ever feel, but watching other family members and other children that I was around before they came into the world. You know what I'm saying? And once they came into the world, I watched them grow from a concept.
Yeah.
Like you didn't even exist in a world that I lived in, and at one point you were a concept and you became something real. And it's like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And I'm watching you
going to high school.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And you're like, oh, I remember when I went through that phase. I remember one of my cousins, he's going through the teenage phase, like, oh, I hate everything. I remember when I was there. And I was like, you're going to be fine.
On the other side, I swear.
Let me tell you something. The grass looks greener on the other side. Your grass is just as green. All you have to do is water it. Put some fertilizer, some chlorophyll. Get the stuff you need and put it in your grass.
Take care of it.
The only way to have something is to take care of it. You get what I'm saying? So if you get something and you don't take care of it, you're going to lose it. Whether it's from you destroying it by not taking care of it, or losing it because you weren't keeping track of it.
Yeah.
Family. Those people that never leave you, no matter how you act. You had your attitude, you was acting brand new, whatever. Family was still there through all of that. Because they know you. They know you. People don't place a big enough value on family.
No. Not at all. And when it comes down to it, that's like the biggest thing that you have in life. When I was told like I forgot what I was watching, and they were telling a story of an experiment where they had a mayonnaise jar, and they shoved it full of rocks, and when they shoved it full of rocks, the guy asked, or golf balls, he's like, is the jar full? He asked his class, and the class said, yeah, the jar's full. He's like, okay, so he shoved pebbles in there, and he shook it up. He's like, well, now is the jar full? He's like, yeah, the jar is full now. He's like, well, then he stakes sand, and then he pours it into the mayonnaise jar, and he shakes it up again. Now it's really full, you know what I mean? It's gotten every thing, and so it's gotten and now it's completely full because it's got the sand in there.
Right. He put water after that?
Yeah, he put the water in, so, and then after he put the water in, everyone's like, now it's really full. He's like, this is the problem. Everyone's concentrating on the water and the sand, instead of realizing, the golf balls that are really there, which is really key, and that's your family. That's going to be the key pieces. And if you're sitting there worrying about the pieces of sand, which are thousands of little thoughts, of little tiny thoughts that really aren't going to matter at the end of tomorrow, there's no point to it. So what's really most important to you. So there's a bigger theory to the experiment, and the class actually got a life lesson and what they really wanted, like the pebbles being the small things, your career and everything else, and the sand just being like the money and the wild fantasies and the things that you think you could have and should have, and that kind of block you from seeing the important pieces in between. So there's or better saying, there's people can talk black and white. I'll see the gray in between.
Right.
I view things in color. That's how I choose to see the world. So
that's good.
I want more.
And I think that was another one of the reasons why we connected so well, because of how down to earth you are.
No,
because a lot of people are so afraid to say the wrong things these days, and even myself included.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we don't want to say the wrong thing or miss and say something that you felt like you would want to take back. If you really felt that way in that moment enough to say it, that's how you really felt.
That's what you felt, exactly. And at the same time, if you're focusing on trying to please everybody all the time, life is going to be real hard. Mm-hmm. Life is going to be extremely hard for you. Extremely hard. You will never, ever please anybody, anytime, at all. There will always be a problem. There will always be a problem. Amongst every smile, there will be a frown. And this is something that you have to accept and not become fragile with. And this is where you build a strong, tough skin, and you become a woman of steel. A brick house. Where people can't really run over you, because it's like, I have to do what I have to do. This is the person that I am. So you're either gonna accept it, love me for it, or hate me for exactly who I am. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, that's exactly what you're gonna get. Who I am. Love me or hate me.
It is what it is.
Amen.
We'll be back.
You really wanna get to me, get to me, get to me. You'll never get the best of me, the best of me, the best of me. 'Cause I heard that you think you're so hot. Yes, I heard. I wanna see what you got. So what you got for me? Topping me?